what responsibility do we all have in this venture? Because, I do this for a living. So, kind of my responsibility is clear. I just go to the office and it's sort of set before me. But, for people who don't do this day to day, what responsibility do we have in light of sort of the evolving nature of the human rights movement and frankly, the precariousness of public values? And I think that we do all have to recognize that these values need tending, that they're not givens, while you can do all the philosophizing you want about, what is the ideal justification for this or that conduct, the truth of the matter is that these values are the product of a dynamic process. And so I think our core responsibility as individuals is to recognize that none of these values is given. And that, while we all have other jobs and nobody's expected to sort of spend full time on human rights, everybody does have their ways of tending these values. And it can be, speaking with your friends, it can be tweeting your reaction to an article you read, it can be contributing to a human rights group or volunteering your time, it can be writing. There always are things that can be done. But I guess the thought that I wanted to leave you with is that, much as the human rights movement has professionalized and grown in stature and recognition and the like, our ability to get anything done is in the end still dependent on the strength of those public values. And if, because of inattention, those values are weakened to the point that exposure doesn't yield shaming, then this whole venture is gone. Then we're in trouble. And these values that may be written into nice treaties are not going to be enforceable. So I think that is, at a very kind of personal level, something that everybody who cares about these issues has to think about. And once you think about it, there is always some way to help tend those values and to keep them alive and vibrant. But it is important, I think, that all of us find our way to do that.